Talking to our kids about sex is a tough one. Talking honestly and openly with our children about sex and relationships is extremely important. Believe me, it's never too early to start. Your support can help them make better choices, make healthier choices, and avoid risks as they grow up. Hi, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. I'm a mother of 3 and I talk to my children the minute they turned 10. It may be hard to know where to start, especially if your parents didn't talk to you about sex when you were growing up. You are not alone. I feel you. The following tips and strategies that I have curated for you can help you. So what do I say is a question which many parents ask me. Kids have different questions and concerns about sex at different ages. As your child gets older, the things you talk about will change. So remember to talk early and often. You don't have to fit everything into one conversation like I started when my 3 children turned 10. Be ready to answer questions because they are curious and they may have heard things from their peers. So questions can tell you, their questions will tell you a lot about what they already know, whether the information is right, wrong, misplaced or not. Listen carefully to your children's opinion, even if you don't agree, because this will then open the window for them to share more. Try using things that come up on TV, in any music or on social media to be a conversation starter, or maybe their biology book. Be open and honest about how you're feeling. For example, if you're feeling embarrassed or uncomfortable, I'm here to tell you as a parent coach, it's okay to say so. Your children will appreciate your honesty. Will talking to my child really make a difference is a question that I'm asked all the time. Parents are the most important influence on young children's minds, and it helps them in their decision making, their relationships. Even more important than friends, sibling, or the media is the relationship with the parent, because we have the greatest influence on our children. So it is difficult to have a conversation about sex, but if you are open and honest, your children will be open and honest with you, and children who are talked to about sex actually delay having sex and are better informed. So I'm here to tell you that putting off this topic, the sex topic, until they're older is not going to be useful. They are more likely to make healthier choices if you do it timely, like using condoms to prevent pregnancy and STD, sexually transmitted diseases. If they do choose to have sex, let's say in their teenage years, you are going to be the one to inform them about their bodies and puberty and what's right, what is wrong. So when is the right time to start talking is a question that might be popping in your head. It's never too early to start talking to our children about their bodies. Let's start with talking about their bodies. Be sure to use the medical names for all body parts and explain what they do in a very, very open manner. Just like we have our head, our toes, reproductive systems with the vagina, the uterus and ovaries, often called female reproductive systems. Reproductive systems with the penis and testicles, often called male reproductive systems. So what do I tell my kids about puberty? Here is a simple script for you. Puberty is when your child's body starts to develop and change into an adult body. I have twin daughters who are just turning teens, so I keep talking to them about puberty, and it's different for each child. For example, for girls, puberty usually starts between 8 years and 15 years. You may notice that they start to feel very moody, irritable right before, let's say, they get their period. And this is normal, it's caused by their hormones. You might feel them to be irritable, having trouble sleeping, feeling sad, less confident about themselves. You may even find it difficult to figure out what is really going on with them. And they might be fighting with you over little things. Accept the changes in your child's body and let the child accept their changes. Try to tell them about body positivity. If you are stressed about changes in your child's body, it's time for you to talk to another parent or a counselor, or get yourself a mentor who you trust. Avoid dieting to prevent normal weight gain during puberty. Dieting is really unhealthy, and I noticed that today teen children are not eating healthy foods for boys, the puberty usually starts with the age of 9 to 16. Expect lots of bodily changes, and you have to talk to your children that this is normal. And this is your hormones that are kicking in, which means start of the new phase. And there will be other changes you will see. Let your boys know. See your testicles and penis get bigger. Growing bodily hair. You may grow hair you might see facial hair coming up on facial hair and hair around upper lip, cheeks and chin. You may see hair on their chest and armpits. Let your children know all of this is normal. You will also grow pubic hair in your private parts around your genitals. Again, very normal and must have conversation. As the hair on your face grows thicker, talk to your children. Talk to your children about when they can start shaving. Notice that their voice is getting deeper. They sweat more. You may also notice that their armpits have started to smell as well. So time to get some deodorants. Showering every day and using deodorants can help them with this growing problem for them. Maybe a problem for them because they can't figure out what's going on. Getting some pimples and acne, again, very normal. Hormones cause this during puberty. Keeping your child's face clean and letting them use non-oily face cream or sunscreen is a must. Talk to your healthcare provider if you're having a lot of problems, let's say, with your children having pimples. Again, your support is most important. Maybe they have some kind of a problem in their gut. Their gut health is impacting their pimples because of a lack of proper timetable or routine or healthy habits. It's very important to offer your children, by having these conversations, it's very important to offer both boys and girls your support by talking openly and honestly about what's going on. You will also talk to your child about getting erections, which is normal and this they might get often. An erection is when your penis becomes bigger, hard and stands out from your body. Erections can happen at any time, and remember, this is normal. Very important for fathers and mothers to have this conversation. You can let your son know you can have an erection when you are, let's say, sleeping. Know that semen has sperm in it. Sperm is what fertilizes a woman's egg to make a baby. Puberty can be a confusing and a very, very overwhelming time for many young people. I've gone through it, I'm still going through it with my twin daughters. Your help is most important. You can help your kids by the little things that you do which will have a big impact. Telling them that puberty is normal to start with, it's a part of growing up. Sharing facts to help them understand their changing bodies and feelings. You can see a YouTube video together, get a book or a TV show together. Talking about your own puberty experiences when you were growing up is a beautiful bonding opportunity where your children feel they're not alone. As your kids get older, they may be less likely to ask you questions, especially when they enter the turbulent teen time. So it's a good idea for you to start this conversation when they're young, just like I started with my kids when they were 10. It was a great time. They already had a little bit of information and I was able to give them facts. Gender. What if my child has questions about being a boy or girl? This is something that's coming up a lot today. The important thing is to believe what your child tells you about their gender. Make sure you educate yourself first. Let them know that you love them irrespective and thank them for sharing this, because it takes a lot of courage for our children to share their true feelings and what they're going through internally. Some kids act or feel like they're different. They're a different gender than the sex that's listed on their birth certificate, and this creates a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. For example, a child who was assigned male at birth may feel like a girl, not a boy. And some kids don't feel like a boy or a girl. And for us parents, it's very important to educate ourselves so that we can help our children deal with whatever they're going through. When kids act or feel like they're a different gender than their sex assigned at birth, it is very important for you to offer them the understanding and support. And this is sometimes called being gender diverse. Some kids may feel this way from the very early on, while others may start to feel this during puberty or as they get older. Like I said, everybody has their own timelines. Your job as a parent is to offer the support and the understanding and education for yourself first. Healthy relationships. How can I help my kids build healthy, respectful relationships? Is a question that I'm asked all the time. Start conversations about what healthy and respectful relationships look like and feel like. Talk with your children about what they should expect for themselves and others in their relationship with their friends, as well as in their romantic or sexual relationships, because they will not listen to your advice. They will follow your example. Parenting is about the parent walking their walk. Talk about the importance of respect in all relationships, including giving and receiving, consent in sexual relationships, and you being that model for your children. When you model healthy and respectful relationships yourself, your children will follow suit, because children don't follow our advice, they follow our example. Families have different expectations about when and how kids can start dating or having romantic relationships. Every family is different, every family has their own rules. Talk about your family's specific expectations for healthy, respectful relationships before your child starts dating, and keep checking in with them often, because by the end of the day, you are their guide, you are their mentor, you are their teacher. Talk about different kinds of relationships, including relationships with the opposite gender, opposite sex, and maybe same-sex partners. When you as a parent talk about relationships and sex, don't assume your child is only interested in the opposite sex relationships. The norms have now changed. Everybody's talking openly about different genders. Some young people may be interested in same-sex relationships or identify as lesbian, gay, or bisexual. And there is a continuum for it. And some may not be interested in sexual relationships at all. They may identify as maybe asexual, for example. Now, for a parent, it is very, very crucial to let your child know that you love them irrespective. Your love and support is unconditional, and that you appreciate them sharing this part of their life, because believe me, I have so much experience, I can tell you, it is very overwhelming for children, and all they're seeking is your support and acceptance. Young people who identify as gays, lesbians, bisexuals are less likely to be depressed only if their parents offer them understanding and unconditional support. They're also more likely to make healthier choices about sex and relationships. I've also been asked about questions regarding pregnancy and STDs. What do I tell my child about preventing pregnancy and STDs? Make sure your kids have the right facts, that they need to make healthy and informed decisions about their sexual health. They should not turn to the internet or their peers. They should turn to you. This includes information about pregnancies and STDs like HIV, where you are guiding them and you are educating them. Even if you don't think your child is having sex or in a dating or romantic relationship, talking with them about ways to prevent pregnancy and STDs is a great way to show that you care, so that they turn to you for the right guidance. Tell your child about different kinds of birth controls. It's also important to make sure that your child knows how to access and use condoms to prevent STDs, even if they're also using another method to prevent pregnancy. It's our job, our responsibility to talk to our children and give them the right guidance. Ask your kids where they get information about relationships, sex, pregnancies, and STDs. Make sure you know where your child is getting healthy information, and you have to be their right guide. Some sources of information may be more medically accurate than others, but again, you are the one who has to give them the right facts. With our 20-year-old son, we had conversations starting from age 10, and today we have such a strong bond where we talk openly and honestly about anything and everything regarding sex, about pregnancy, about consent, about healthy relationships, because by the end of the day, what is at the heart of parenting? It's a relationship. And when your children come and share with you their thoughts, their true feelings, their opinions, it's really an honor. Instead of turning to the world, they turn to you for guidance and mentorship. And that is what is parenting done right. And we are all work and learn. There is no perfect parent. There is, however, an opportunity for our growth and development, because parenting is a perfect place for self-discovery. I hope this video was useful to you. If you are struggling with talking to your child about sex, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. You can reach out to us at Happiness is Love, where we truly believe that together we are stronger. Together we can build ourselves, each other, and a better future for our children. Because nobody is born with the perfect parenting skills. we have to learn to upgrade. We have to level up. We have to teach ourselves because norms have changed and we have to change. Stay tuned for more. Keep smiling, keep shining, and keep talking to your children about sex. It's the greatest gift you will give themselves and mankind.